Hello, folks. Welcome to the first episode of The Wavelength. This is Joe Rechsteiner here, if you want to give him a brief introduction.
Yo, what's up? I'm Joe Rechsteiner, just student at Kettering University, mechanical engineer major. On you?
And then I'm Nathan Snyder. I go to OU for supply chain management. So first off, we'll just get right into it.
Yeah, man. We got some interesting topics to talk about today.
Okay.
Maybe some laughs.
That's
always something that happens.
All right.
So, first one, we're going to talk about some tips to success. They probably don't care about two freaking white kids like us giving them tips to success, but hey, if you get the basics down, you can go far.
Yeah. And basically, I feel like it's not necessarily telling them what to do or to change what they're doing. It's just things to keep in mind when you are going with your life, because things that, like, every decision that you make, it builds on each other, and it builds your life and molds your life and how you act.
Yeah, and people don't like to be told what to do. I know if I go out and tell some 350-pound dude start working out, he's not going to want to do it because I don't have the right approach to it. So it's got to ease into things. But
yeah,
main thing is you just got to have that motivation. Just think about pretty much whatever gets you going, whether it be your family, your work, your job, anything, and just keep pushing and grind towards your goals and stuff.
And then everybody's got to kind of remember, like, anybody who made it big or became famous or anything like that, they worked incredibly hard. Like, there's nobody who's making a ton of money who didn't work for it, unless you just have, like, a trust fund or something. But
yeah,
that's
or
rare.
You got, like, parents that are already rich or something like that.
Yeah. And it's kind of crazy because a lot of people, they don't realize how much work actually goes into being successful and how much you got to grind for everything.
Yeah, like you hear people always calling other people like one night success, but you weren't there with them when they're grinding, putting in all the work that other people didn't want to do.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why they're where they are. So
for sure. And it even like goes into if you just look in the mirror one day, like really look at yourself and just find, like, even if it's just like 2 or 3 things that you really want to work on to try and get better at or something like that. Like if you want to get stronger or if you want to lose weight or something like that, then you got to actually, the first step is looking at yourself and saying this is something that you want to do, because you're the only person that can actually motivate yourself.
Right. You don't have to impress anybody else. Just put in the work and do what you want to.
I saw this like great quote from Kevin Hart. It was like he was saying like why he works out so much and stuff, and everybody asked him like, oh, you're not playing a sport or anything, like why would you work out and why are you in the gym so much and stuff like that. And he always says, like, it's because I don't know when I'm going to need it and stuff like that. And even when he was in his car crash, like his super big car crash that a lot of people probably know about, he, like, it could have been a lot worse if he wasn't already to the athletic standpoint that he was in strength and stuff, because the muscles are there to protect you. And the more you work them out, they're designed to become bigger and stuff like that. And that's how your body's kind of designed. So if it's the best option to do for people, to be honest.
Right. Like we were just playing zombies. If I'm in a life or death situation, I'm definitely not picking little skinny Jimmy down the street. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to pick the dude that's been working out. We're trying to, maybe we'll have a chance at this zombie crap, man.
Yeah. That junk would be crazy though. Do you think that one day we'll ever have a zombie apocalypse?
I feel like it's possible, just because it may not be to the extent that it is in like science fiction, where like they're just foaming at the mouth and out for like brains and stuff.
Yeah.
But like even you see those people down in like Florida doing bath salts and then they're biting people's faces off. Like there could be something like that. Like Or
I
like
never even
some
heard
other,
about that. They were
yeah,
taking bath salts down
yeah. Like there was a story about this man who like was high off bath salts and he went around biting people's faces off. That was crazy.
there. That's like the real it.
Yeah,
Isn't that what it did? It
yeah.
bite
Told the
people's
little kid
heads
come
off.
here. Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
uh,
But like maybe I mean you never know, man. You just gotta be prepared for anything.
oh yeah.
Your life could change so fast and you won't even know it until it's too late. And you're like, man, I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have went to that store, bought this coffee, talked to that girl,
Oh yeah. You got it.
whatever.
Especially with women, like you just gotta take the chance, because I mean, although some of them won't like to hear it, it is a numbers game.
I
It
guess.
is. Uh, Joe, I know you have an interesting history with aliens,
Oh yeah, man.
so I think we should talk a little bit about that. Do you believe in aliens?
I don't think I fully believe in them yet because I haven't seen one. But I know there is some crazy phenomena and stuff that goes on around the world, man.
One
Like,
time,
God, yeah, you tell me.
one time, me and Joe, I don't know, we were just looking up alien stuff, and we got so freaked out because we saw this video in like Thailand or whatever.
These dudes riding the motorcycles in a field, and they pull up, and then they see some little like alien like looking thing just run away faster than the motorcycle, and it was like he just ran, and then they go and they find it, and you see it scurrying off into the woods.
I'll try and find that video and put it in the bio.
Yeah,
of
that'd be
this.
so funny. Man.
It was pretty crazy.
And then we kept on looking up stuff after that, and then we go outside and we see this like, was it a black van or something, or white van? I forgot. But it was some van that
black.
it was off in the distance and it just drove away, and we're like, bro.
Yeah.
This other time I was like running in the field with Nick Waterworth, and we
That's
saw
our buddy
this like
Nick Waterworth
bird.
from back in the day.
Yeah, man, he's a homie.
Oh, yeah.
There was this bird. I don't know. I didn't know that this was possible. But like sometimes when the wind is going at the same speed as the bird, it looks like it's just like paused in midair. And I thought it was like a glitch in like the world, bro. I thought I was in a video game. I look at this bird. It's not a hummingbird, so its wings aren't moving fast. It just stops right there, and I'm like, what the heck is going on, man?
Nah, I mean, there's been a lot of crazy stuff like in aliens wise, like I don't know, like Post Malone said in the Joe Rogan podcast and stuff. He said that like there's so many like galaxies and all that stuff out in space. Like it's kind of crazy to think that there wouldn't be any other type of life force or whatever. And that's kind of crazy to think about. Also, wasn't there like a site like I don't know, didn't like the Pentagon or whatever
they
post
like,
something?
Apparently, like, I don't know, said something that aliens were real. There's been a lot of UFO sightings, but I don't know if those are real. Maybe.
Well, doesn't UFO stand for
unidentified flying object?
So that could have been like somebody building a drone in their backyard.
Right. It could have been some dude riding a bicycle with a bunch of balloons on it or something.
Like the Up movie.
Yeah.
Can I help you cross your porch?
Can I help you cross your T's and dot your I's?
But yeah, so I mean, pretty much I think it's a crazy thing to think about. Plus, I mean, who knows if they're even going to come from Earth? I mean, the ocean, like I saw even like the Great Lakes and all that stuff, like they're so deep. I saw this thing the other day. It was like this guy who, he like scuba dived all the way to the bottom of Torch Lake. I don't know where that's at or anything like that, but he said that the world wasn't ready for what was down there.
Dang.
And that's just crazy to think about too, because the oceans are even deeper than that. And I mean, maybe we're gonna have a little Pacific Rim thing happening over here.
I mean, anything could be classified as an alien if you don't know what it is. Like if you just find something random down there, it's an alien.
I'm assuming there's probably some crazy animals down there, because like I don't even know what exactly it is, but when there's like there's some animals that are so deep in the ocean that like if you bring them up to the surface, they'll literally just disintegrate.
Yeah, like the blobfish that,
Yeah.
like under the ocean, it looks all like compact, but then you bring it up and it looks like a freaking loogie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was funny. Yeah, we'll take a little break there. But enough about aliens. Let's get back to some success tips. You know, we had a little bit at the beginning. I think they're good.
uh-huh.
Give the people what they want.
I mean, also, so I feel like being successful in like the future and stuff like that, it's not necessarily about like how well you did at school or what type of education you got. Although that is like a big thing that will help just secure you a job going
Yeah,
to
it's
school
just
and
pretty
stuff.
much a label.
Yeah, but I would say going to college is pretty much it's just if you want to play it safe and like make sure that you have a job waiting for you because in college I feel like you can definitely make like a lot more connections.
Yeah. Elon Musk was like in an interview, he was like, you don't need college, you don't need to go to college or a higher degree to get all the information. Like it's all out there. Just look it
Yeah,
up, learn stuff. You can learn anything.
that dude was a weird guy
Yeah,
though.
he's
Like,
pretty weird.
I thought I was watching something with him and he said like in the future that we're going to be so advanced with AI and all that stuff. That's artificial intelligence where they like put like chips in your brain and stuff,
Yeah.
and it's supposed to. It's, I mean, potentially they say it could like cure cancer and all that stuff.
Dude, I swear they already had the cure for cancer. They just want the money from people.
They might. That'd be
Like,
very
you
messed up
know all
with the
this.
government.
Well,
Though.
yeah, bro. But you know how much shady stuff they're doing already.
Oh, they're doing crazy shady stuff.
Like all the technology we have, and you're telling me they don't have a disease for a cure for a disease that's been around for like
oh
hundreds
yeah,
of years.
oh yeah, and some crazy stuff that I heard. Like you said, how they're doing some like suspicious stuff or whatever. Like it's crazy. I just like kind of had a realization the other day of like how much crazy stuff the government actually does, and even not even governments in the United States, like China and Russia and all. I'm like, there was I don't know. I was watching this. It was a Rogan podcast again, of course, and there was this guy on it, and he was saying like how people from like Russia and China like so they're behind like a lot of these groups that are trying to like riot and all that stuff, and they're causing a lot of this crazy hectic stuff like because pretty much there's both sides. I would say like there's two sides in the world in the United States right now, and like these people like from Russia and China, they're just trying to cause commotion, so they'll say stuff that offends the other side,
Yeah,
and they don't care
they
who
just want to
wins.
see the United States fall.
They don't
Pretty
care who
much.
wins the election, but those are like communist countries and
Yeah.
stuff. So like they're trying to prove to their people and even to the United States people that our system doesn't work, that democracy doesn't work. So they're just trying to cause crazy stuff that happens. Like it was a really popular Twitter account that was it was posting stuff to try and cause commotion, and the government like actually looked up the IP address and everything like that, and they realized that it was from Russia. And so like it's even crazier because that's what the United States is trying to do what in other countries too, because we're trying to do the same thing and prove to them that like their method of government is worse than ours, and like they're trying to get people to have a democracy, which I mean I think democracy is great because it allows people to be free and do what they want to do and stuff, and places like China and Russia things are a lot worse there.
Yeah, they got a lot of. There's a lot of rules and everything that you don't have the freedom to do over here. Like, I mean, look at the extreme side of it. North Korea, they can't. They literally
Yeah,
have to do exactly what the dictator says. And like I saw this documentary, and it was talking about how it was, I forgot where it was, but their government pre-installed Facebook on their phone, so that was the first thing that they knew how to use, and that's where they just fed all their media through, and it was
Oh
just like
yeah,
fake news and everything.
I think that my mom was just like mentioned something to me earlier about like this movie or TV shows like saying like how all these big companies like Instagram, Facebook,
Was it
and
called The Social Dilemma?
yep, that's exactly
Yeah,
what it
that's what
was.
I
Yeah,
watched.
and how it was saying that like all these companies are taking our information and they're just selling it and stuff like that. And I mean, really, I don't have a problem with the government watching us, like, because out of all the people, I'm not going to be the person that they're concerned about.
Right.
But I mean, I guess it is kind of an invasion of privacy, and I think that's so back on like what Elon Musk and back to him again, I guess, like with AI is that will be like a total new version of like an invasion of privacy because it's literally they're gonna have a chip in your head.
Yeah, and that's
And
literally like that's like stuff from the Bible, bro. Like you're not supposed to do that. Like
yeah, yeah,
that's just the devil and all that. And once you get that
it's a
chip, you're
sign of the
just
times,
yeah,
man.
man. Like it's
But
crazy.
oh yeah,
Even I was talking to my dad, and he's like talking about how, or I don't know if it was my mom or something, but like that in the Bible, obviously they didn't use the exact names, but it's just predictions that the world's gonna end with like one big war, and it's gonna be like the area that China and
I
the
kind of
United
heard
States
about
are,
that too. A little
and then
bit.
after that, it's just gonna go all downhill. So we might be in the end times, we might not, but live your life to the fullest, you
Heck
know.
yeah, man.
Just
Live
be
like you're gonna die
yeah,
tomorrow.
man. Just be a good person. Be nice to people. You don't know what they're going through,
Oh yeah.
and just do what makes you happy.
And I mean, also to get back on with what Elon Musk was saying or whatever is, he's saying like I saw something and he was saying that like these chips are gonna be expensive, but also other than just like curing disease and stuff, they're supposed to make you smarter and like give you more like athletic ability and all that stuff. So he
I
literally
don't think
said
anything's gonna make me smarter. That would have to be one heck of a chip right there, man. Yikes. Oh
But
man.
yeah, so he was saying that he said, "Oh yeah, I think it would be just like you get a loan out and you get the chip, and then you'll be so much smarter afterwards and stuff. You just go and make your money back real quick."
The only people that would do that would have to be dumb enough to think that something would actually make them that smart.
Yeah,
Like, how is that even possible?
I mean, I don't know. Like,
Maybe it's like electrical stuff in your brain.
I just know that it's real sketchy stuff, to be honest. Like, because you're telling me that there's people that can hack like the government, like technology systems and stuff. Like there's potentially people that could do that, but you're telling me that there's not somebody who's as smart as Elon Musk and would be able to hack the brain, like the
Oh
chips in
yeah,
our
dude. That's
brains and
what.
stuff.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. Like he was saying, we're gonna have cars that literally just drive themselves, and they're all gonna be like they're all gonna
Connected.
be connected and stuff. So literally, there would be a potential for no car accidents, but somebody could hack that system too.
Yeah. And like
And this technology is scary, man.
yeah, it's like that conspiracy. Like, first of all, like there's a conspiracy where Bill Gates and they're going to Africa and testing out all these different vaccines on African children, and they're dying from it.
I
But
never
there's
even
no
heard about that one.
yeah, man. There's no like penalty for them doing that. And then they're also talking about there's a conspiracy that they're gonna make a vaccine for the coronavirus, and then they're gonna have the chip in there. That's what
Oh
they're
yeah, I
saying.
heard about that too.
So I mean, that could be false. I mean, we don't know until it happens. But
yeah, I mean it's
I was always like, what's the point of being human if you can't fight a virus? It's because you've been weakening your immune system from the time you were born, getting a vaccine every single time. I mean, I'm not saying that they don't work, but like,
well the problem
sometimes you got to rely on yourself to actually like beat it. You
and
know?
yeah, definitely, and especially the problem with a vaccine for Oh, the COVID virus is the fact that it is a virus. Like
Yeah.
viruses change with every single person, every single wave. They mutate and stuff like that. So really, I don't think there's any like for sure um, like antidote that they could use or anything like that because I don't know if it's even possible.
I mean, if they say that kids can have the antibody or be carriers, then why not just let people get it? And if, I mean, or use, like, I don't know, the people who need the vaccine that they have like underlying conditions, maybe they should get it. But people
Yeah.
like me and you, like, if we are young enough to fight it off, why not build up that strength so that when it comes around again, it's not going to be all spread around like
You think
this?
there's definitely gonna be a wave two of
I
it?
I don't know, man, but the way it is, they're probably the media's gonna blow it up again. There's gonna be another push for all this stuff, and it's just
I
gonna be
feel that.
crazy. You just gotta stay like true to yourself, and man.
Well, I mean, I guess like I mean, some people are saying that all of it's going to be gone after the election.
We thought it was gonna be over after 3 weeks.
That's
When people
true.
were
That's
saying
true.
that, oh yeah, we're only gonna be in lockdown for like a couple weeks, and then we'll get over it. And then every time they pull the rug out from under us,
Dude, that's
and it's
crazy.
like going past Easter.
Like, honestly, dude, I might have already gone in a while because literally when it was all like first happening and everything, I went on a trip to Florida, like, and we were out on the beach and everything. So,
Yeah, man. In like February, I was at I was at college in the dorms. My whole room, like not the room, but the whole floor got sick with coughing and like
huh.
I had to have like a what's it called, the diffuser or something in my room,
Oh, really?
humidifier to help
Um,
me breathe that night because it was pretty bad, but I still got over it. Like I could have had it then. Like you don't know, man. I'm lucky it wasn't that blown up yet because I
Yeah.
probably would have been like on lockdown.
Well, I think the craziest part about it is like how quickly it spread. Like,
The information and all that.
well, the information number one, but the craziest part about the information that's being put out there is half is not even true. Like, and that's another part about the problem with there being two sides, like that people are on. I would say is because you have like Fox, that network system that is just spewing information that the conservatives will like, and then you have like all the other networks. What are they like? I don't even know.
I don't know, but
I don't know, but you have all those other networks that are
yeah,
also spewing information.
there's
And
definitely networks that you can clearly tell they're feeding
oh yeah,
one side their
oh yeah,
information
I
they
feel
want to
like
hear.
that's mostly how it is. Like I don't know. I mean, I don't watch the news or anything really, but like I've never heard of like a news source on TV that isn't biased at
Yeah,
least a little
unbiased,
bit.
yeah.
But yeah, that stuff is pretty crazy actually. I don't know. I hope they come up with a cure
Yes, we can hear people stop complaining about it.
and to stop wearing these stupid masks. So annoying.
I mean, yeah, the mask really it helps for like the initial like just cough, but if you can breathe through it, it's not going to stop anything from getting out. And the sides have holes that go out.
Yeah.
It's just more of a peace of mind thing. And yeah, it might help for a little bit, but like I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that big of a change that would stop it like from happening. Cause
Yeah. I think the biggest thing is just try and keep your distance from
yeah,
people that you don't really
don't
know.
touch the stuff that other people touch.
Yeah.
Wash your hands. I mean, that's just general. Like any
Yeah, it's
without a
crazy.
virus, if you're in public, wash your hands. 'Cause
It's
that
crazy
stuff is
that
nasty.
like now people are finally starting to realize that we need to be sanitary.
Right.
Because I mean, I've even been guilty of it before,
Yeah.
where I just don't get around to wash my hands or something like that. Something stupid.
I can't imagine all the germs that were rolling around Rollhaven back in the
Oh
day.
my gosh, Rollhaven. That used to be the spot, man. Honestly.
Yeah. Used to be up there like every Friday, winning them tickets. playing skee ball.
Oh, I remember there was like a birthday party there, and it was
Oh yeah.
the funnest thing ever. Laser tag and everything.
Yep.
That used to be the spot for
I had
sure.
my birthday, I think there, or it might have been a bowling alley, but I got like a pin to take home.
Oh yeah, that's the
Yeah,
point. I
bro.
got the same thing.
And
That's
I don't know
funny.
what I was gonna do with the pin. Like, I'm gonna have like 10 birthdays, and I might actually have a full set of pins, and I still got to get a bowling ball, man. Could have just rolled my brothers down the stairs and hit them. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world. A
Yeah.
lot of it we won't know about until we actually hear the truth.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the craziest part about a time like now in the world is like there's so much that we don't know is how it's gonna play out yet,
Yeah.
and we're just like sitting here just trying to figure out what's gonna happen next because like right now everything feels so unsettling right now. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's so much bad media and stuff that's going on out there, and we just we're just people that are not really on either side or that try and stay out of things like that. Like we're just kind of sitting around here just
Just
trying to figure out how things are going to play out, and I
Yeah.
think that's the most like scary part about this whole thing. But it's important in times like these, I think, to try and find ways to distract the mind and new hobbies to take up and stuff like that. Like even if
Yeah.
you want to start like playing an instrument or really anything, I think,
Working out.
yeah, especially hitting the gym because even in
Yeah.
times like these, like
Stay fit. Don't just sit around
yeah,
and
literally,
wait for stuff to happen. Be
This
like, oh,
could-
when everything's back, like out of quarantine, I'm gonna start working
'Cause
out.
we
know
don't
you're
know
not
if that
gonna
ever
start
could
working
happen.
out.
the hardest part about trying to get fit is
Is actually doing it.
yeah. And after
It's easy
you
to
do
think
it,
about,
after
but-
you do it, like after you do it for a week, actually no, the first
The
week
first time
you got to do it, but the second week, if you can stick with it and do it for a second week, you're gonna be totally fine because you're gonna be able to build like mental strength in your head. Like this is something that I have to do. But the hardest part is just the continuation of finding motivation.
Yeah, you gotta stay active even on the days you don't really feel like it, because you just gotta keep it going, and you can't just sit around and let stuff happen and be like, oh yeah, maybe I'll do it tomorrow. That's all you hear. Oh, tomorrow. No, how about now?
Procrastination.
Do it right now. Like every time I work out, like at first when I was working out, I was kind of like, well, this is like back in like 10th grade. I was kind of small and stuff, so I didn't really do it that often. And then when I started getting a little bit older, at the age where you should be kind of working out and stuff for sports and all that, I was working out. And then now during quarantine, I literally had nothing else to do. So I'm like, maybe I'll try and get stronger. And now it's literally like the only thing I can think about when I'm not doing anything.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'm like, man, I could get another couple reps in. It starts getting fun.
Yeah.
And it's a good like habit to have because it's such a release of energy. And I saw this thing and it was like, if you're feeling sad, work out. If you're happy, work out. Angry, work out. Depressed, work out. Anything
It
like
helps
that.
for any
Like,
type of mood.
Yeah.
And I like this saying is like we do it for the oh shit you got hot like
yeah.
or you got strong or
Yeah, man.
because people notice that type of stuff. And when you start losing weight or getting stronger or stuff like that, your confidence level just soars.
Oh
and
yeah.
that it radiates off you, and it just makes you like a happier person just in general, I think, personally.
And sometimes you can't teach motivation, and you can't really teach or make somebody have the want for it, but you just gotta lead by example, and people will be like, oh, maybe I want to be like this guy. I mean, me and him, we're not the biggest guys, but shoot, we might get there someday. We're gonna keep going and grinding. You just can't teach that motivation, but you can lead by example and help other people when they're down, and just get after it, man.
And I
That's the way
think
to do
also what we might do with this YouTube channel, or we might make another one of like just like working out tips and
Yep.
stuff like that. We'll take feed of us in the gym.
Oh yeah.
and just doing stuff like that to also try and help you guys with motivation and stuff like that, and for workouts to do, like,
Yep.
because I thought that was always the hard part. Like, it took me a while. I had to do a ton of research on like what workouts I should be doing, and like which way I should be doing it, how often I should be doing it, like how much rest time I need, and stuff like that. And it's actually really crazy how like the correct way of lifting out versus like a way that you're not getting your max potential out of, because there's a lot of people who just like go to the gym or something like that and they're hitting it hard but they're not seeing any results, and it's just like the slightest tweak in your schedule or system or form, yeah, form especially.
Because when you're starting out low weight, you want to get the good form down because it'll help when you're going heavier. Because if you got bad form, you're going heavy, you're not going to be able to hit the weight that you want.
I always like, well, kind of live by this in the gym. It's like, don't sacrifice form for a heavier weight, because you shouldn't be concerned like what people think of you in the gym and stuff like that. You should just be focused on your own grind out there and do the weight that you feel comfortable with and stuff. And it helps if you have a buddy to go to the gym with you and stuff. So if you can get your friends out there too.
Yeah, I just can't get caught joking around too much though, right? That's always hard, staying focused, but it's good to have another person there to kind of push you and help you along the way, because only you know what you're capable of. You might surprise somebody what you can do.
Oh yeah, and it will help you. It will help push you too. I don't know if I already said that, but
yeah,
I mean, it's just a big difference between before getting active and stronger and then after. Because I was kind of like him, like I never really took the weight seriously until, unfortunately, I didn't take it seriously until it was too late, and it was like the summer of my senior year, so I didn't really have an opportunity to use my strength for like an actual sport, so that was kind of unfortunate. But I mean, I feel great now, and it's just a good time out there in the gym, and especially because also I feel like life is just all about communication and connection with everybody, and the more places that you can go and the more people that you can meet and have experiences with, I think it makes an exponential difference in your life.
Yeah, it's like we were talking about earlier. Those little hobbies that you pick up, like when you're in quarantine or something, that might come in handy, like for anything, like for a job interview. If you and your boss got something in common, like you both, especially golf. I know everybody likes golf, especially in big businesses. But you got something in common. You like the same sports team as somebody else. That might even, if you're neck and neck with somebody else that's interviewing for your job, that might put you ahead of them just because you got that interpersonal connection. And so you never know. Just don't be one-dimensional, There's a lot of people out there that are one-dimensional and they don't have a lot of different aspects of their life or any other hobbies. They just do one thing, and it's good to be all around skills,
Oh yeah.
A lot of that comes with experience and age, but if you start now, do something you like, find other things you like, do them at full force. Give 100% in all of them, and
I think that's definitely another thing is like, you don't really, I don't know if it's just something that comes with age or anything like that, but it's like you just kind of have this realization like that everybody has the capability to do everything at 100%, and like a lot of times in life people get lazy and stuff like that, but like you literally can do everything 100%, so why wouldn't you?
Yeah, why give any less?
Yeah, exactly.
Why cheat yourself when you could be going so much harder and get farther than you ever have?
Yeah,
you just can't be like a sheep. Like everybody else isn't going to put in that extra little effort, but if you do, you might become the wolf.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. But yeah. Some good motivation.
Oh yeah.
Will get you a long way.
For sure. All right, well, I think that's going to be it for this episode. We'll be back soon, and I'm gonna put that link to that alien video in the
Oh, yeah.
bio, and
Yeah.
hopefully you guys will get a couple good laughs at that.
Yes, sir.
And leave in the comments some things that you think we should talk about for the next episode, and certain things that you guys want to know.
Yeah, man.
Hit the like button, subscribe to our channel.
If anybody wants a workout schedule, we can hook you up, you know.
Just put it in the comments and we'll help all you guys out. We have no problem with it.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for your time, and we're out of here. Come back soon.